Hey guys, welcome to the Rational Optimization Podcast. My guest today is Rosalie Priol, and in the course of asking her about her goals, one of them is to have a positive impact, we came onto the topic of social media and targeted ads, which actually became like the main topic of this podcast. And yeah, she argued for why targeted ads are bad. And yeah, I challenged this belief a little bit, one on the deep philosophical side, but also on the practical side. It was a really interesting discussion, and of course I also asked her about her goals. Enjoy. So you can adjust your microphone and everything.
Okay.
Wait.
I don't see it.
So I can maybe explain to you why I called this podcast Rational Optimization. So
amazing.
It's to like the goal of the podcast, it's like one question. The question is, what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do?
Oh yes.
So,
okay, I see.
I'm searching for two things: the best possible goals that one can have. So it's like a philosophical but also rational search for like what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do means what should I strive for, and like what goals should I have, and also what is the best way to follow those goals. So this is the second part. So it's not purely philosophical. Like the second part is also practical. Like
optimization.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's like for example, if I define the goal of to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible, then it would also mean that I make episodes about health, where I maybe invite someone that has like a lot of expertise. Yes. But I also have, like, the last year I spent a lot of time with this, so I will also make like episodes myself on this topic, and but only if before I like clearly defined or
the goal.
If there is a good argument for why this is a meaningful goal, because
you can have goals that are not meaningful. Like, I mean,
yes. I believe, like, or that are not called rational. Like it's hard. It's hard to talk. Like, I discuss a lot, like with Mark and with Udesh and with Andre, about this word rationality.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because they are like.
Because what's rational?
Yeah, what is rational? You know, it's like, does rationality even exist? Like, everything.
Yes.
But
and also underlying, you ask a bit the question of consciousness somewhere there.
Yeah.
Also.
Exactly. Like,
kind of.
This question for sure belongs to it. Like, because you want to understand everything, basically. Like if you want to know what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do, if you want to find objective meaning, then you have to understand consciousness as well. You have to understand essentially everything. So about, like, I'm discussing a lot with them what does rationality mean, but even if, like, there isn't, like, it's never possible to be like 100% rational. I think at least you can be a little more rational. Like,
you can maximize it.
Exactly. Yeah,
without...
like it's like a scale. It's like it's like the rationality scale. You can be more or less rational. A decision can be more or less rational. A goal can be more.
But are you striving for objectivity also? Because rationality, it can also mean different thing for different people, like every word basically. But you know, if you trying to maximize it, it means that you are trying to make it the most rational, so the most objective.
The thing is, you always. So it's still me. So it's still like the most rational. What is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do? The only perspective I have is my own, because I I experience the world from my view.
Yes.
So you can generalize this to some extent. So because many things, like, if there's a good argument for being as healthy as possible, for trying to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible, then this probably generalizes. But like, probably most of the things generalize.
But some people might also not agree with that. Some people might be, when you think rationally, staying healthy is the best. But talk to someone who's addicted, for example. they maybe want to stay healthy, maybe it's their goal, but they are addicted. So how could they be healthy? Ever healthy? We can argue about good addiction, bad addiction, blah blah blah. But drug addiction, I'm talking, for example. So
the thing is, like, I'm searching for a rational
yes,
goals.
rational, yeah.
So it means there are arguments that are better than others. If
Yes, of course.
it depends. Like when the addict, what argument does he bring forth? Like I have arguments why I believe that it's.
They might not have argument, but they just cannot achieve that goal.
Yeah,
you know,
but
maybe that's different then.
That's a goal, but then it's not like the rational or the most rational goal that one can have. Or it's I don't know if I ever will find the most rational goal that one can have. Probably not, but it's not. It's less rational, and I try to get more into the rational.
I mean, it's logical in a way. Like you would want to stay healthy. You would want to survive the most as possible because that's what humans are like hard-coded for. They are hard-coded to survive and reproduce. So it kind of underlies staying healthy. You could survive without being healthy, but I'm not sure. It doesn't match up like in my mind.
Actually, this is not the argument for why I believe.
Yeah, Go ahead. Why?
Yeah. Okay. So I believe that no matter what goal you have, when you have a goal that you want to achieve, then you want to be as healthy as possible because of two things. Because like the first thing is like nearly every goal. Oh no, every goal requires either your mind or your body to be healthy, or both. And for your mind or your body to be healthy, like you have to be able to think, at least to experience, at least to like for example, if your goal is to be as happy as possible, then from this derives that you also want to be as healthy as possible, because if you're healthy, then
you're happy.
Then not 100%, but then it's so much easier to be happy.
Yes,
like if you're healthy, it's like much easier. And the same if you want to really achieve something. If you want to achieve something, you want your brain to work at full capacity. And for your brain to work at full capacity, you also need to be healthy. You want a healthy body, because healthy body is healthy brain. And also, if you want to achieve any goal, like 20 years more is nice. For sure. If you have 20 years more, you have 20 years more to achieve your goal. Okay. So it's like those are the reasons. I don't believe that evolution or anything is like would be a reason for this.
Yeah. Well, but like my point was more like it's logical to think that being healthy is the best because we are hard-coded for it.
Yeah.
Also because, and indeed, to achieve any kind of goal, but also I love being the advocate of the devil, so I will debate about it and be like, what if the goal of someone is just being a larva on their sofa? They don't need to be healthy, you know? But that's not...
What goal?
Like to be just not like sloppy on their sofa all day. Then it's not a rational goal. I do agree with that. You could put some argument if you're very convoluted towards why staying on your sofa is better than whatever other goal you could achieve, more rational. But then you don't have to be healthy.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, you're right, because being healthy is not a general goal.
Yeah.
It's only like it's not a standalone goal. Like my arguments, and none of them is standalone. Like if you have no other goal, for example, or all of the goals for health are related if you have another goal.
Yes. It cannot be just your goal. Yeah, I mean, someone that's sick, it can be their goal to be healthy again.
I don't believe that there is a reason for it if you have no other goal. Like if you have no other goal, then it doesn't matter if you're healthy or not.
I mean, healthy makes you live.
Yeah, but if you have no other goal, then it doesn't matter if you live or not.
But maybe your goal is to live, you know? Yeah, that's it. It's some people that are very sick.
In this second already, I would say if your goal is to live, then already you want to be as healthy as possible.
Yeah. But then it's still like what you said still applies. Meaning like any goal you can have, being healthy is a good start. for it. But also you have to have a definition for being healthy, because it's a scale, because you could be healthy and still not look healthy. I don't know how to explain that. Like, or opposite, you could look healthy and not be healthy. I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
No. You need a way to measure it.
Yes.
Or a way to define what exactly happens.
A kind of threshold, because it also, maybe it depends on everyone's body as well, being healthy. I mean, you probably have already thought about it, but because being healthy for you doesn't mean the same thing for me, for my body.
Yeah, true. Like you have to find like the right. This is hard because being like, my goal is to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible. This is the full
This
goal.
instance,
If I
yes.
okay. I want to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible, and how exactly you measure this and what exact steps you take and how exactly you measure those steps, this is like really complicated. If you want to really go like, because
deep,
because there's like no number that you can read and like, oh, I'm this healthy, I'm this, I will live so many years.
The good example is that maybe you saw that guy who is like 60, but his body is like 46.
Yes.
I don't remember his name, and he's doing
Brian
the same.
Johnson.
Exactly. So, I mean, technically, he's healthy because he's younger, but I think mentally, something is up there, you know? I mean, it's the fact that, like, if you want to be younger, it means that you cannot accept the fact of aging, meaning you cannot accept life. Kind of, you know?
Yeah. Like this specific example, I think that he's doing something really cool. Like,
it's for sure, for research.
Yeah, exactly. About his mental state and stuff. This is so hard because like every person in the world that achieved something, like every billionaire, like none of them is really like,
or geniuses, genius like people.
Yeah, and all people that achieve like a lot, it's like most of them are like haunted by something that makes them want so much, because most people will be like, I'm fine at some point.
It's actually crazy. The people that achieve the most or are the most something are the people who actually have the most problems. Not necessarily, I think, because you can find example of people that were genius and they were completely healthy and had a good life. But it's especially true for philosophers, for example, or writers. I'm thinking right now on the top of my head of Baudelaire, for example, who had a terrible life, like he was completely addicted to drugs, and other like writers or philosophers who had shitty lives and they still wrote the best art you could ever find at the moment, or even now, like the fact that you can still talk about him. So it's also interesting because imagine your goal is being the best writer ever. So by your logic, you would be, okay, I need to be healthy.
Yeah.
But then you realize all the best writer ever were completely fucked. Sorry for the language, but you know?
Yeah.
So it's a bit also sometimes counterintuitive, like how genius and people that we take as so intelligent and that achieved so much, when you look into their life, it's really, really awful.
I think this is that if you achieve, like, the people that achieve a lot, they have something inside them that makes them push and push and push and never be satisfied. Like what I heard is like, you can say it like, as people that really achieve a lot. For example, they for some it is like their parents that they never got like the approval of the parents.
Yes.
And like, and they like they are never enough. And they always try to get like an like, of course this is not a diagnosis for like all people that achieve a lot, but like something is in people that that they always want more and more and more and are like never satisfied. But I think it's also like some part of human nature that you're
but some people strive to also be content with what they have. Like a good example, I was talking to Murat, one of our teacher who is in the air lab, like robot lab, and he was talking about how he had so many friends in Italy back when where he studied that are geniuses to the level of Elon Musk and stuff like that. I don't know if I could take him on this word, but like very good programmers and stuff that just decided to stay in their country, stay in their little village, and not develop their potential because they are content with their life. They did not strive for more. They did not strive for more impact, even though they are genius. Like, and there is so many genius that might we lost because they are just content with what they have. So also maybe it's about that maybe we have a lot of genius, but the people that are the more greedy, not greedy, but like that push the most, they are the one that we hear the most about it. It's like the most extreme. Well, there can be plenty of geniuses that we just never heard of because they were content with their life.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but the question is like, are those people that we don't hear of? Is it like a loss? Because like maybe for all of us, it's a loss because like those people that have like this problem that they can never stop. They do like even the super rich people. I say, oh, the bad billionaires. They also like money is just a function of how many problems you solve. Like it's like they produce so much value, and we need those people. Like
they also always strive for more.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. And the other ones, yeah, they don't. But for them, if their goal is just to be happy, then they are probably better off than the one with $1 billion.
Yes, but at the same time, I agree with that. But money can also make you greedy, and some people will strive. I don't link the fact that like it's always positive billionaires, because some might just be addicted to money and find bad ways to get money. It's not, they are not always like they don't always have a good intention in mind, and like you can see that with so many, like tax evasion, for example, or so many other stuff. Like they're trying to make more money because they're just greedy about the money without doing something good. Some people do create more value and they are billionaires, but some, they just like they were like, maybe they had a good idea, but now they're just greedy, and they like, and if you believe in karma, you feel like maybe those people one day will be punished and blah blah blah, but I don't know. So yes, there are some billionaires who create the value, both like knowledge for the whole world community and also value money, but there are also some billionaires who are just like for money and nothing else. They do create value, but I strongly believe that they just profit from capitalism. At some point, maybe they had a good idea, but also there is the whole case of like people that just inherit, for example, and then, or just like, there is so many billionaires that we don't know about. It's crazy. Actually, it's crazy fascinating in a way that we always point at the same one, but there is actually so much more than we think, and they're just not like in the media. But you have like in France, for example, like there's a guy in Paris who has like multiple nightclubs, and he's a billionaire. He's just undercover, like he's chilling. His life has like a lot of yacht and nice, amazing, but no one talks about him because, like he's a bit known because he's the owner of these clubs, but he's not as mediatized as Bill Gates or Elon Musk or whatever.
Yeah, I think this is maybe even like for him it must be really cool. Like unless you want everyone to like nobody. I don't know. Probably people want that, but for him it can be really nice. But like about the thing with the value, like I agree that there are ways to make money that are not producing value. For example, if you're taking bribes or something in politics, or if you take money away from like stealing, this is not a way of creating value. But in most cases, if the system works, then money means that you are creating value in some and in some way, and we need like
people that are on the top, because they are the organizers. I don't know if like I
But
think
at the same time, for me, maybe it's a very naive approach, but when I look at those billionaires and I look at the problems in the world, you could redistribute, sorry, and solve some of the problems. But you face even more problem if you redistribute. But I feel like you would still solve, for me, maybe world hunger, for example, with all the money that those people have that they don't need, because that's actually like that's also something. I mean, they need it because they started to have a certain way of life that make them like need all of that money. But you can, like, every human being can live with, like, you don't need a billion to live, you know. I mean, not
wait,
me,
wait.
at least.
The thing is, yeah, maybe that they pay a lot for like nice yacht and something, but a billionaire doesn't mean that he has like $1 billion on his
Yes,
on
I
his
know.
bank account.
It's
Like a
most of the
billionaire,
time
it's,
is
yeah,
assets.
it's
and
companies. It's like
yeah,
his companies, and
I know.
this way, like his money is like working. It's like not even like really like on paper it's his money,
Yes,
but
true.
in the world it's like it's not that he can just say, oh, I will donate my billion to like world hunger, because then it's like, oh yeah, then this company now doesn't exist anymore because I donated this company
yes,
to world
true.
hunger. How
No,
does
it's like
how
that,
exactly
but
does this work? Like
but still,
yeah,
they
yeah,
could
you're
give
right.
more,
Yes.
give back more. And also about the thing, like, you can create money and it always have kind of a value. I have a good example that like counteract a bit that. My cousin became very rich. But when I say very rich, is like very, very rich. He's not billionaire, but yeah, he earns more than his brother that did a full degree in an amazing American university, blah, blah, blah. And what he does, he just created the software for ads, basically to find clients for targeted ads. And it's really like niche stuff. He's specialized in niche stuff. So, and he makes enormous amount of money. And to my opinion, he doesn't really create value, you know, because he's just part of the whole system of targeted ads that I absolutely hate. And he makes money on top of that, if I well understood, because maybe
Yeah, but let's say it is exactly like you explained. I still think he's providing value because there was a problem. People wanted to have the ability to target their ads more efficiently, and he solved the problem. So he created value.
yes,
But
yeah,
if you
okay.
say that targeted ads are bad, I don't know why. Why do you think targeted ads? By the way, we are recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Nice.
I told you that I will say when we
Yes.
start recording. We started recording 22 minutes ago.
Perfect. Amazing. Why do I think that's a perfect transition? Because now I can talk a bit more about my field. I mean, no, for me, I think targeted ads, I know I are bad because obviously for them to be targeted, they take your data. Um, Obviously they take your data because if you're using a product for free, it means you are the product. Blah, 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 blah. We all know that. But then it always push to consumption, like always. And we do not need that. Like when you see the seventh continent of plastic, when you see the fast fashion industry, when you see blah, blah, blah. And then we have this thing of like, oh, we have to save our planet. But on the side, you still have all these companies that are pushing for overconsumption with the targeted ads that are so well done because the algorithm behind the social media, they just so well designed. That's something that I cannot say that they are not, you know, they are so good. They made an incredible job for making money, making people buy stuff, making people stay longer on their app, making people be addicted. They created such nice thing, yeah, for them, not for us, not for the not for the global community. Like it's not good. It doesn't add up. Like yes, they add values, but for them, that's it. And us, we just lay there having our data used, buying so much more stuff that we don't need, and just stressing about, oh my god, global warming. Oh my god, are my children gonna have a world that they can live in without dying of whatever, like, so that's a global thing why I think targeted ads are bad.
So what you say, like especially about targeted ads, is that they are made in a way that lead us to buy things that we otherwise wouldn't need, or wouldn't buy.
Yes.
And this is like, by buying more, this like is a problem for the whole planet, and
it's a whole vicious circle.
And if you wouldn't have those targeted ads, then you wouldn't buy that much, and that way there would be a little less, or not a little less, maybe a lot less overconsumption. This is basically,
yes.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. But again, even without the targeted ads, before that there were marketing and like televisions, the ads like that makes everything look so nice and stuff like that. So I don't know if there is even a way out, to be honest.
But do you think, okay, like that consumption is generally bad? Like,
the thing is, it's how economy works. Like that's the offer and demand. That's it. And consumption is part of that. If you don't have that, you don't have money flowing, and you obviously need some stuff. Like even if I have this discourse, like 2 weeks ago, I buy my watch on Amazon because I needed a watch, and I know it's bad, but so it's just like, yes, consumption is good when you need it, when you absolutely need it, but it's not good when you already have like 100, like so much clothes in your closet, and then you still have an ad for like those cheap ass Chinese websites for your summer dresses. Oh my god, that you go, so it's about the scale. Like you have to consume stuff, you have to eat, you have to drink, you have to wear clothes. And it doesn't mean that we should completely reduce and live in a way like you don't have to go to the extreme. Those people who like zero waste living, it's not that extreme, or that live outcast of the society with just like, you don't have to go that extreme. You just have to stop buying stuff that you don't need. But you are forced to do that in a way.
You're not forced, but you're heavily influenced in a really good way.
Yes.
Exactly. And they were really sophisticated. Yeah, okay. I think this is a really good argument. I agree, but there is okay.
Yeah.
Only under the axiom that you say that
you can think about
only
it.
under the axiom that you say that the world matters, but or that you say that like, yeah, exactly, this would be the axiom, because I didn't find, like, I tried to find argument, or that, like, that people, yourself and other people, and like the world in general, that the future, that it matters. And I don't really, I didn't really find good reasons for why it should matter. But like, I also say I want to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible. So it would also be of a benefit if the world is as healthy as possible for as long as possible.
But I see what you mean. When you think about it, like the best option for yourself is being selfish. Probably, maybe not. No, actually, maybe not. But it really depends your value, I think. And Yeah, I think it's there. You have to do some calculation there, because you either be really selfish and live a good life, but then maybe if you still like over consume, for example, take this example, um, maybe like your individual action won't make a difference of you over consuming. Maybe it won't make that much of a difference on global warming. But then because so many people think like that, then it makes an impact. And also maybe it's not that good what I just said, because we want to convince people to stop over consuming and say like your action actually matters, which it does. But
I think
it's hard to
yeah.
see. Like I see what you say that, but it's also very hard to see how for me it's very. For example, when you talk another example, when you talk about veganism, and they say, oh my god, it's like good even if you don't eat meat for one day. And for me, for some reason, I don't understand why. Because they're like, yeah, some people eat at all their meals during like all the weeks they eat meat, and because I never lived like that, I cannot see it. I don't know. So for me, not eating meat for one meal, it's fine. Like it's I do not feel like I'm doing something for the planet. It's just normal. I don't have ham in the morning, like sometimes, but it's very rare. So sometimes I have pasta and I don't put so it's also very hard to see where your contribution is. So that I would see why you don't find arguments to say like other people and like the world don't matter, because like how can your action and restricting yourself can actually have an impact on such a huge scale? But it does somehow. Butterfly effect, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I agree. I think that maybe I phrased it a little bit wrong, because I
Take
yeah,
your
but
time,
but
don't
the
worry.
thing that you said, like, you're right. Like like one person's action doesn't change anything, like, or doesn't change everything, but overall, like, all the actions combined change something. Yes, but my argument was actually not that I believe that my actions don't matter and that I want to be like the selfish person. It's just, it's more like a philosophical, like, what matters.
Oh,
And
okay. I see.
I like, you should, it's a really philosophical question I have to think more about, but it's because I didn't find anything that matters, unless the only thing that I found was searching for something that matters. Like, this is
pretty good.
This is the only thing that I could come up with that objectively matters, and it objectively like makes a difference. It is like a goal that one can have, and like, therefore, like, I don't only believe that, like I say, if you, I agree with the point you made before, but only under the axiom that you say that the future matters, and not only the future of others, but also the future of myself. Because, like, even even in a selfish way, even if I was like super selfish and I say that, then I still would want targeted ads to stop, because that way other people won't overconsume that much. Like, as the most selfish person, I would want targeted ads to stop, like, from the argument that you build up, because that way people consume less.
And there is more for you.
No. No. Stop. They consume less
Oh.
useless stuff, and therefore there's less like pollution, less
Yes.
less like unuseful production, and more and therefore, like, it's better for the planet, and therefore it's better for this
For you.
for this selfish person. Yes, exactly. So even like the thing.
No, I see where
Yeah.
you're
So
going.
my argument was more from a super
Yes, like
philosophical,
level,
like,
like the
does
higher
anything
level.
matter at all? Like,
Yeah.
does the future matter
Okay.
at all? Not if my future or the future of other matters, but like, even from the selfish perspective, I see
Yes.
your point. I'm still not sure, because somehow, like, capitalism, it also produced a lot of good stuff, and I don't know if we would like ban targeted ads, for example. If if this would, what kind of negative effects it would have that we can't foresee now, because
Innovation, impact
because
on innovation for
also
sure.
ads can also be something good. Like ads don't force you to buy anything; they give you like the opportunity. Like it's, but the thing you said with like the algorithms that are so perfectly made to make you buy everything.
Yeah, it's more the linked between that targeted ads and the algorithm and the data that are concerning more than the targeted ad themselves. I mean, for me, in the definition of targeted ad, it means all of this data processing behind and those algorithms that are so good at like knowing what you think, which is pretty scary.
Why is this bad? If you don't say like let's take the targeted ads away and just say this.
Just something on Nothing Matters.
Yeah.
Have you seen the film Everywhere All at Once? Blah blah blah. Everywhere, everything all at once.
No, Julia told me it's really good, and
Watch
then
it.
somebody else told me it's really bad. But
Yeah, no, Cesare told you it was very bad, probably because he's into classical movies. So, I mean, we watched it all together, and then Julia and me were like, wow, this was so nice. And Cesare was like, so maybe. But watch it because it has an interesting, even if it's a bit, it has an interesting point of view on the Nothing Matters thing. And then back to the algorithm. Why I think it's bad? Because I think not me and you. We are in this nice place called Tilburg University, and you are close with like CSAI people and stuff, and we know that algorithm takes your data, or even like not saying this place. You saw the Netflix thing about the social dilemma. Okay, you know they have your data, and they have a maybe have you seen it?
no.
Okay, it's pretty nice. It's like it for me. It's one of the things that also opened up my eyes on it before starting the program.
Can you sum it up for a second?
So it's people from Facebook, Snapchat, Google, Amazon who talks about their experience, and the most impacting part is when they talk about how they collect your data and what kind of data they have, and basically they show it in a very nice way when you have like this. They have a virtual persona of you, so what you like, and often the question is like, for me the question was like, what do they take? What do they exactly take as like what do they take from you? And the answer is everything. They take everything. You last a bit longer on the screen, they take that. Even like if they somehow you stay longer on that, you stay longer on that screen, you click there, you unfollow that person, or you just like unlike that, or everything. They take the time you take to scroll, going back, every single thing, they take it. And and then they become super accurate about your emotional state at the moment, because it says so much about you. Even though you don't think about it, it can say so much about you. Like the kind of post you see and like the people that you follow, they keep you in that bubble also, that again to keep you hooked up on what's interesting to you. They show people that like are similar to the people that you already follow. It's all, for me, it's all like a trap for yourself, for your mind, because you don't have, for example, it's even more true for political opinions. You will, if you start seeing like right wing stuff, then you will still keep seeing that because like you like that. I'm going all over the place, but my point is the fact that these company that are very powerful have so much information about yourself is, for me, very scary. Like, and just very harmful, because they have this information. If they just have it, okay. But what they do with it is they make you stay longer, they make you lose your time, they make you overconsume, they stop your critical thinking, because if you're still always seeing things that you agree with, you will never think other way. It's especially a tragedy I feel like, for the new generation who started to have like these algorithms that reduce your attention span so much, because the video are so quick and they flashy and stuff. Like when I was little, like it almost feels like now I'm grateful that I had those time when I was bored, you know? Now a kid 11 is bored, he just grab his phone, go on TikToks for hours, and they're not bored anymore. But it's awful. Like you need to be able to focus, like to do things, anything, even just like stupid stuff like cooking or whatever. So overall, it's just what they do with your data to manipulate you that are like not good for you. They are not like they are not, of course you can argue. I already talk about like with some people for like that are like 14 that are using TikTok so much, and they're like, it inspires me so much. I learn so much new things on it, and I also see those good aspects. When I had Instagram, I also love the fact that I can see so many new recipe that I can try, and have like information of my friends on some celebrities, or discover some new movies and film. But the ratio of good stuff and bad stuff is like, yes, you have these good aspects, but they would never overthrow, just for example, losing your focus. That's, for me, it's the one of the worst thing they do to your brain.
Okay, let me try to.
Yeah,
Okay,
I went
No,
everywhere.
I think it was okay. The point is, they collect a lot of data from you, like all the data, and they use this data to make you more hooked. And the problem with that, like, and it's bad that you are so hooked. Now, this is a really hard oversimplification of what you just said, but
No, but it's there. It's
pretty
this.
much this. I also, I wanted to ask you why, and I could play the devil's advocate for like that.
for it.
Why is this so bad? But I really agree. Like I can't.
I cannot do that.
I will. But for it's like I don't like in a deep philosophical sense. I can still bring the argument like, why does anything matter at all? But as long as something matters, this is just bad. As long as you have any goal, this what makes you so addicted is not good. And you're right, it kills your focus. It kills your time.
But also, I can do my own devil advocates. I can see the goods. Here is a perfect example. I can see the goods of social media. There is so much goods. It in internet in general. We have access to so many information.
So much knowledge.
So much knowledge that before you were just clueless about the world. Now you can go on Instagram and check the account of a random guy living in the middle of Texas with his horse and having fun. Like that was not possible before. It's a stupid example, but yeah. And even like Instagram at the beginning, it was a good cause. It was to make you connect with your friend and like you see each other live, stuff like that. And it's just became worse because in the middle of all that good that started, you have money, which is a big thing for those apps that are free. That also, when you think about it, having access to such like amazing network, because these are like, yeah, and such amazing like technology for free is also like, whoa, it's not that amazing because we all used to it. But remember that like the first smartphone was in like, I don't know, the first Apple, because I remember that it's like 2007. So it's not that long ago. Like We really have to scale it up. Like social media, we are so used to it, but it's actually crazy what they did there. Like it's whoa. And the fact that we have access for free, it's amazing, of course. But it got the good part of it got carried away by money. Like over the years, Instagram, it's crazy how they are increased the number of ads that you see and the number of suggested posts, things like that to let you stay. And I think like one of the factors is mainly money, and then the shift of focus for these companies. Oh, first is like a startup. They have this cool project of making people stay connected with each other, and then it transformed to, oh my god, now that we have so many people, we have to make so much. We have to make money. We have to make money because, oh my god, we have to run all those servers with so many people like on there and so many stuff, and we have to pay the people that do the regulations, blah blah blah, and so they have to do that. And the costs increase and keep I don't know if the cost increase, but they once you have money, you want more.
Yeah, I don't see the problem in this part. I see the problem. Wait, so I see the problem in that they get so good at hooking you that they make you, or that they use all your like animal instincts against you to make
All
you
your
not
biases.
progress towards your goal. Like they use like your dopamine system, everything to make you stay on this app even if you don't want to. They make life really hard, especially for like children. Like that, like if you
And younger.
if I imagine I was like 12 or 13 when all this was up, like I would have a really hard time. Like I had a really hard time getting away from this, and I was 18 when like TikTok started or something. And or no, probably older. I don't know when TikTok started. Like maybe I was even 20 or
But
something.
you know, I don't know if you remember, but first it was Musical.ly.
Yeah.
I was on there. I was there. I actually remember liking it and doing some things with my friends and stuff. And then it got stopped. And then when I saw TikTok, and I was like, ooh, I'm not going on that app.
Yeah.
I knew I smelled something fishy. I mean, no, I didn't know, but I was like, no, I'm not going there again. And I think the first reason was like, I don't want to see my old Musical.ly. I was like a big like, no, I don't want to see that. And it benefited me so much that I was so ashamed of them because I never got into TikTok. I never reinstalled it because when I saw after what it was and how it worked and how people were so hooked in, I was like, no, I already have enough with Instagram. I cannot manage that. But I don't. I think it feels like it was 2 years ago, but it was during COVID that it hit, and it was the year before COVID or 2 years before that it got started again. I feel like, but I know it's during COVID for sure that it's exploded.
I was probably like 19 or something. I don't know. Okay. So now we said why this is bad.
Yeah, but why do you think it's bad? It's not bad that the objective of those companies is just making money.
No, this is no. I don't think that this is bad, because the problem, like the thing that I agree where it's bad is when it takes the focus away, when it makes it so hard to do the things you want to do, because you have this thing that is like built to hook your attention, and it's so hard to get away from this and to actually do what you want to do and not be like on this. It's like this is a bad thing. I don't think that companies wanting to make money is like intrinsically bad. Like the thing that follow from this, this can be bad, but I won't say that this is like
No, for sure. But the fact that the goal shifted and that the most important stuff now is to make money more than benefiting for the people, that I think is what it's bad. You could make them on the same scale, but I don't feel like right now it's on the page of all those. You could
make what?
Make them on the same like scale, meaning like they are as important, benefits for the people and making money. I think you could do that. It's a bit, maybe you still making money, but you could make it something a bit more healthier for people.
Okay.
But then you will earn less money, for sure. For sure, you will earn less money.
This is perfect, because exactly this was my next question, because now we said, okay, this is bad because of this, and this. what is the thing? Because I don't like
Yeah,
just complaining.
You can point the problem, but then
exactly. But what do you think is the thing to do?
for me, the solution is it will unfortunately never come from companies. I don't think so. Or you have to have a massive shift in either legislation, but in the societies we live in, like Western society, we are very keen on capitalism. So we do not have too much legislation, like law on that. So would me, for example, like somehow reduce their profit or control something on their profit, so that their main goal has to be, again, benefits of the people. But again, I don't think it would happen, because I don't know if it's very clear. Like, where I want to go is basically, for me, the solution is only individual. Meaning, I mean, not only. My solution is that I deleted Instagram, realizing that, and never had TikTok, and I'm not on Facebook because it's for old people. Realizing that I realized also the only reason that made me stay on Instagram, and for most people, is that I communicate with my friends there. And I agree with that. And I was like, yes, me too. So much, all the groups for the parties and stuff, everything is there because everyone uses it. And that's also their strength. But your true friends, the true people you want to interact with, you have their number and you text them. You don't have to go on Instagram. Yes, it's fun. You can send each other like reels and posts and stuff. You can share more, of course. But the argument for I cannot delete Instagram because I communicate with my friend there is weak, because you can find easy way of going off that. For me, that's the solution. Like you, or you set yourself a limit, but everyone knows like the limit doesn't work. It doesn't work, and the apps also won't kick you out of it. I once installed the app called 1sec. And every time I open Instagram after my time limit, it would send me on that app and make me take one deep breath and say, do you really want to open Instagram? And I thought it would work. It didn't. I would lost that second and then go back. And I'm like, it's crazy.
I have the premium version of this app of 1sec. I bought. I really like it. It's like actually now
it's really nice.
It was. So just the basic principle for everyone listening is that you have an app and you can put it on other apps. So for example, if you open Instagram, then it will take you to the app.
Yeah,
it will
directly
be like,
to 1sec.
It will be like, okay, take a deep breath. So it's like maybe 5 seconds,
yes.
like, and then it's like, you still want to continue to Instagram, and then you're like, yes, I want to, and then you go to Instagram, and then you're on Instagram. But like, I know it won't stop you from using it at all.
It would just make you more conscious about it.
But it makes you more conscious, and it makes it more annoying to go on the app, and it makes it less like
that's also one of the solutions, making it annoying.
Yeah, like it's not that, and you can also set that it like reminds you after a while. So I got the premium version, and it was really I think it really helped me. But the thing is, now I'm pretty fine with it, and now it's just annoying, and I don't have that big of a problem anymore with it. So it's like I put it for YouTube, and now I'm only using YouTube for like useful I'm actually using YouTube only for YouTube for useful things. And now it's just like a 5-second time waste when I want to like search something on YouTube.
Something that I maybe you can also relate, because most of the people I talk to relate to that. When you are on these apps, Instagram, TikTok, it feels like you're losing yourself. You lose yourself, and that is scary. The time goes very fast when you're on those apps, and then for me, I notice myself sometimes literally going back to reality and be like, oh my god, I just spent like an hour watching on stupid stuff, because it's so damn good like that. And also, the more you consume it, the more you want it, and the more you're addicted to it, and you go back and back and back. Something that I know there is a limitation to my solution is that people that use Instagram for their business, for example, or that are working there, it is very hard for those people. It is very hard, and to be honest, I have no solution for that. I know how to complain a lot because I'm French. That's it. But like about it, but in any case, I don't know. For me, maybe the solution, for example, something I find very annoying on YouTube is the shorts, because they took it from. I don't need that on YouTube. I like YouTube because you can choose your video, watch it. It's long, it's nice. It's way more of a conscious experience. While there on Instagram, everything is designed for you to not choose, because that's actually what it does so well as well, is that it makes it's so much easier. Sometimes you don't even have to scroll. It just go on its own, and it's wow, and it's so perfect, exactly what you wanted to know. So I don't know the solution. Maybe also for me, another problem for the younger generation and also influencers and people like that is hate speech, and the fact that like the standard of society that are toxic are there like on scale 100, like they are boost, like
the people screaming the loudest, they are the ones that are
yes, people are screaming the loudest. Also the pictures, they are not realistic, they are not picturing life. It's true about, imagine, for me, I don't know if you also experience that, but like obviously when you're in middle school, you're discovering yourself and you're not that comfortable in your skin. And then you have the social media when you see all those models looking amazing, perfect skin, perfect blah, 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 blah. And they just heighten the standards of society, and it's awful, because when you're 14 you're already insecure by nature because you're 14, and then you go on these apps and then you're even more insecure. It's also so bad for cyberbullying, sorry, because before you were bullied at school, then when you go home it's done. It's awful that you are bullied at school, but once you're home you are free from that. Now once you're home, you open your phone and then someone commented like you're a bitch or whatever on one of your, sorry about the language, sorry YouTube.
All good.
So it's just, there is so much stuff that is so bad for people in general, and I don't see the solution.
I have one for YouTube, I can tell you, and it's amazing. For YouTube, I have like integration, or it's like a plugin or something, I don't know. So you have it for YouTube and you don't have any suggestions, so it's like only the search bar. You have nothing but the search bar. You can also turn off the shorts in general. So I have, like, my YouTube is only a black page with a search bar, and I can search something and then there's only the search results, and if I click on the video there's nothing on the side, there's only this video, and I can go back, I can search something new, and this is like this is perfect. Like I really searched, and if like anybody's listening to this and want a nice like idea, build this for Instagram as well. So you can just use, like, I have, like, for Instagram I use like the Meta has like a messenger, and then you can use this messenger, and you can use like the Instagram messenger without using Instagram, but this messenger is shit. It's like the messages don't update like quickly enough, and it's like and it's like annoying, and like
obviously they make it so hard. It's also, that is something so annoying to me. They make it so hard all the time. For if you want to get out, they just make it so hard. If you want to restrict it, the data collection, they just make it so hard. Everything is just so hard.
I still about the data collection again. What is exactly the problem with the data collection?
It's again, it's more what they do with it than the because you need data. I know that you need them.
But what is the bad thing they do with it? Is it only the targeted ads, or
it's all what, like, targeted, just refining the algorithm. Technically speaking, it's not bad, because it's just, if I'm not wrong, I don't know, like when you train a model, like a machine learning model, you need the data, and then the more data you get, the better the model is. In a very easy way, let's say, or the algorithm in that case. So for me, the actual problem is more the fact that it gets better and better, and the better it gets, it's like a very high correlation. The better it gets, because it gets the more data, the more hooked it makes you, because it's more refined. So, and it will and if you go to the extreme, it will end up where it manipulates you. Like, I just saw that in the lecture today of human-computer interaction. We talked about that. Like, Facebook released a paper on this, and they manipulated people emotions through posts. And
weird as well, I think.
And like, wow, like emotion, like state of mind. What is human for me is like consciousness, emotions. Emotion is like, whoa. And it's you, basically. They are manipulating you, your essence. So how could you let a system that human created for human manipulate other human? I don't know, to make money at the end of the day. So it's just, for me, it's just about that. Obviously, like getting data to train models to do good things, okay. But then to manipulate people to get money out of them, not okay. You can do, I mean, you could do that in a better way. I don't know really how. That's maybe something I will work on during my career, but I'm sure there is other ways. There is no way that this manipulation is the only way you can make money out of data of people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the one thing is one should define clear goals. So like, what exactly do you want to maximize, minimize, whatever? Like what is the thing you want to maximize? Like human flourishing, human like minimize pain, maximize pleasure, because like from this you can like measure exactly what is good and what is bad. Because I think that data collection is nothing intrinsically bad.
No,
But as you said, like the things that they can make from it can be like can be bad.
It's when you it's like any, also it's like any technology, basically. If you give it into right hand, it can do amazing thing, and if you give it into wrong hands, then that it doesn't, you know. So yeah, technically there is nothing intrinsically bad about the data collection. But what was your question again? Sorry. What you want to maximize and minimize?
Yeah.
For me, it's not about that. It's more about, I don't want to diminish human capacity, because that's what it's doing. We are like pretending the future matters, pretending the next generation matters, because they are making the next world. Those people were raised with TikTok and stuff, and their brain is just fried. It's really like pointing and being like, oh, the next generation is so bad, and it's so cliche because every previous generation said that. I think they can do good. I don't know, but you know, I don't want them to be diminished by those. Even us, even it also it actually applies to everyone, because, for example, my mom has an Instagram account for her little tea room, tea shop, and then she shared stuff, and I see her being addicted to Instagram. My mom, she's 60, okay, and she's addicted to Instagram, the same way a 14 is, and doing this to TikTok and stuff like. So it really affects everyone, and it really for example, crazy example. My mom, when she's on her phone, you can't say anything to her, she will not answer. She cannot. She's just in. It's crazy. You could say like, yeah, mom, so I don't know, your son died, and you can say stuff like that, and she just cannot hear nothing. It's crazy. So it diminishes human capacity for sure.
Okay. And this is maybe like a question that I wanted to ask you anyway.
Yes.
It's about your goals. Maybe this is a nice way to put this into perspective. What are your goals in life?
Can I ask a question? What I like my personal goal, like my career goals, or are they linked? Or I don't know. Because I have higher goals that can like be for example, like something I would love to do is doing a prevention for social media use, for example. Like I don't know if it's that my goal, but like maximizing human wellness would be maybe a goal. I don't know. Kind of, but it's also
minimizing the human
diminishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, or like it can englobe so many things. For example, like having education for girls in certain countries, or it can like it's very a wide range. But like you could also just say like doing good around
having
you.
a positive impact.
Yes,
on the
having a
world.
positive impact on the world. But for me, my goal, my personal goal is very. I know. I thought about it. It's being the richest in the world. But being the richest for me means how my mom and told us and my brother, having a roof over my head and being in good health. So being in the richest in the world is having a roof over my head and being healthy. So that's one of my goal, I would say. Yeah, my goal. So just being be able to live my life comfortably. That's but it's a big, very, very vague, because you could be comfortable in an like it's very subjective how comfortable, because some people may be, oh no, I'm only comfortable on my yacht, which is not my case. But that would be my two goals in life, meaning like the one for myself, more like living a comfortable life, and again it's so many things, like having a job that I'm passionate about, making enough money to do things that I love and enjoy, and spending time with the people I love, and so
it's basically like the first one is to make a positive impact, and the second, you formulated it a little bit different, but like if you want to put it like in one sentence, and the second one is basically to be happy, not like, maybe not like the joy, oh I'm so happy, I'm so, but like to be like
content,
fulfilled,
yes, content
like
and fulfilled, because fulfilled and content, that's and in every aspect of life, basically. That's my goal, being content and fulfilled in any aspect of life.
It's really interesting. I think I want to make a study about this, because I'm asking a lot of people about their life goals.
I'm thinking, like, I thought this is your goal, actually, knowing what is I don't know, it's interesting.
For me it's one of my goals. I want to learn what are the most best goals to have, what is all things considered the most rational thing to do, and therefore you need goals. But what I wanted to say is that it's so interesting, because a lot of people have like this, what you say is, I think those two things are the most common things, but everyone formulates it in a little bit different way. Like nobody says exactly like I have this and this, but it's like basically in the end it comes down to having a positive impact and being happy. Like, for most people.
Also you would imagine from people that surround you, because you are a good person, that they are also a good person. So their goal, I mean, I never heard someone say my goal in life is to have a negative impact, So, but like, I also feel like it's very abstract to think about a goal in life, and it is interesting that those two tricked at the end, like it's what is left. I don't know, because it's also very hard for me. Something that is very hard is the concept of time. I really have a hard time with the concept of time, and I think I think goals are also linked to that, because you have to not necessarily, but it made you go into the future, like setting up goals. And also one of my goals is just enjoy the ride, like enjoy every little second of it, because you never know what it's very cliche, but you never know when it stops, and you can just what the best you could do, even if nothing matters, is enjoy the ride. Like
I
leave
100,000% agree.
leave, love, have friends, love, like just experience life at the fullest. You don't have to, obviously. If you want to stay on your sofa all day, it's also fine. It's also your way to experience life. But yeah, make the fullest out of what you were given, basically. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think this you think this one you could also put it into the happiness bucket, right? Like if you say that I think this is just a way to
Of
be
expressing.
of like a way to be more happy, because I believe that it's actually the best or even the only way to be more happy, like to just experience and just enjoy, just enjoy whatever you experience.
Yes.
Just be like
Yes, and also it doesn't have to be restrictive as well, because it's also okay to not enjoy. Sometimes you don't enjoy things, and that's also okay. But you also, that's it in a global ways, also enjoy when it's not enjoyable. Like also, it's a bit weird. But you also you don't have to restrict yourself to only feeling happiness. And also for me, happiness, like I read the book Sapiens. If you are from you,
same.
it's a pretty nice book. And at some point he talks about Buddhism and how they see happiness and like emotion. And
by the way, this is a really good summary of Buddhism in this book.
Yes.
When I read it, I was like, damn,
Yes.
this is such a good summary, and I
And
really agree.
and for me it really made an impact of like how I think generally about happiness. Like happiness is not having those very high moment and then very low and very high. It's about like staying constant and like neutral in a way, having this always state of neutral emotion, kind of. You're not super happy, you're not super sad, you're neutral, and that's beautiful, because you're just like, you're there, you're living, you're like, and it's that is like, if you strive for happiness, then you're not happy. Well, you read the book, so you know it. Like if you strive for happiness, you will never have it, because you always want more. Well, if you just strive for the neutral state where you are just like there, being like enjoying, not extremely happy, then you all like it's you're just fulfilled, because you're not always looking for something, like, and it's when you're looking so high and you fall so low, also it's awful. Well, if you just stay constant, you never have those oscillations that are so bad for yourself. But at the same time, feeling very extreme emotion is like core to the human being. Like
It's also beautiful to just.
Yes, it's also beautiful to also be just super sad and or super happy. But for me, it's also maximizing that neutral state of feelings, because then all your decisions are clearer, and the way you experience things also, and it's just, it opens up to other things as well. I don't know, I don't know, you are also more open to other experience of feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah. One thing is the thing we talked about right now. I think this is nice to like take it apart, because like, okay, the goal is to be as happy as possible, or as content, or as fulfilled as possible. And this, what we talked about now, is like how we think is the best way to achieve it. And it's not that I think it's really cool. Like I try to really separate this, because many people, if I ask them for the goal, it's like, okay, I want, like, for example, this my goal is to enjoy as much as possible, for example, because I like if I would say this is my goal, then I could say, okay, my goal is to enjoy as much as possible because I believe because I believe that enjoying as much as possible will make me as happy and fulfilled and content as possible. And I want to be as happy, fulfilled, and content as possible. So I think that this is the best way. So this is my goal. But
the goal is actually the because.
The actual goal is to be as happy, fulfilled, and content as possible, and therefore I try to enjoy as much as possible. So maybe an interesting distinction. I don't know.
No, for sure. But it englobed the thing of like that's a French word. It's like enclosed the whole thing of it's hard thinking about goals. Like it can get very messy very easily because you can say I want to enjoy the ride as much as possible, but then why wouldn't you want that then? Because it will make me the happiest. Okay, like that's probably your goal. Oh, but I don't want to be the happiest. I just want to be like in the fulfilled state. Okay, so it's interesting.
It's hard. I feel like it's getting clearer the more people I talk with. Like
you must have so much input.
Because I asked this question to so many people, and it's so interesting because the answers are somewhat similar but differently formulated, you know. And this way, like I think my brain slowly starts to understand. Like I will do this more times, but sorry. What
you should you should definitely do a study on it. I think that's very interesting.
I will for real. Like
that's a lot of data here. Perfect.
Did you want to say
something? No, something interesting I read once is there is that French YouTuber called Fabien Olicard, who is very, very nice. He's a mentalist. But he's also he gives very nice advice on life in general, which is very weird. And how to, for example, he did a book called Your Time is Infinite. When I saw it, I was like, I need to buy this because I don't feel like my time is infinite. And he gives like a way to make decision faster. It's called like having motto of your life, like not as a motto. Do you know what's a motto?
No, please explain.
It's like you live by that. It's your philosophy, but it's a slogan, like it's a sentence. And in his case, it's 2 words. So he said, basically in his book, that to access your motto of life, like your it's basically what directs all your decision.
Your purpose, or
kind of
your overarching goal. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. So it's like your purpose and it looks like your purpose and your goal, but you will understand very quickly. Basically, he said the way to find them is that you list all of the things that you want to achieve in life or all of your goals. It can be very stupid. Like some people have not. Okay, I cannot judge. Sorry. For example, your goal is to have a Rolex by 30 years old.
Yeah.
You can write that. That's like, and you write that and you write so many stuff. You can also write next to it like, I want to be the happiest, or I want to have a lot of free time, or it can like, it's all in all area of your life, and you list as much as possible. And then you regroup them in similarities. Like, for example, if one of your goals is having a Rolex by 30 and traveling a lot, and
also having a lot of money.
So it's kind of like it's linked to money, for example.
Yeah.
And at the end, you should have 2 words. That, for example, for him it was like freedom and love. It's very, very stupid. Or I think freedom and autonomy or something like that. Like
I think autonomy is another word for freedom.
Yes,
so maybe
like autonomous.
I think if you have autonomy, you're free. Yeah, I think.
Something like that.
Autonomy and love, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's free. And then he said, whenever he takes a decision, he's like, okay, is this gonna maximize my my freedom? Is this gonna maximize the love, for example?
Yeah.
And that's how he takes decision. I think it's very interesting. I think I butchered it a bit. If people are interested, they can look it up. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a translation for his book.
Oh,
I should
no,
ask.
I wrote it down already. I want to.
No, I can. Yeah, I think I would definitely. Maybe there is, but I will definitely send him a message and be like, "Yo, I need a
Wait,
translation of
you
your
know
book."
him?
No, but I can try.
Yeah.
I can try. No, I'm not. But I've been following him for so long, and he gives such good advice on also how to study and stuff like that from a very like he knows the brain a lot because he's a mentalist, so he also uses all the cognitive bias and stuff like that to manipulate you, but like to make you see things and stuff. So but he does very interesting, very interesting video. I need to check it if there is subtitles also on his video. I will send it to you. If there is, I will send it to you because he's just very good, and it's also very impressive his mentalist stuff. Like you're like, oh my god, magician or something. But he just use, for example, cold reading. This is so interesting. Do you know about it?
No.
It's like FBI agent use that. It's basically non-verbal language from your body. And from your body, the way you're dressed, the way your hair are, the fact that you have glasses, stuff like that, they guess everything from you. When I say everything, it's like very impressive. Like the most cliche one is like the astrological sign. But other stuff, like they look at your hands and stupid stuff. Like for example, for me, I have a scratch there. It means that like I have probably a cat.
Stop. They guess stuff.
Yeah.
No. Don't you think they just guess, okay, you have like rings and you don't have a lot of calluses maybe on your hands?
Yes.
So you're maybe.
No, it's basically like that. But there is also more on like cold reading is way more than that. Like they also see the state
to see the scientific basis.
Yes. Yeah, go look it up. But there is also like, the way you put your body in a room, that's like, and your expression of your face, where your gaze is looking, like what you do with your hands, stuff like that. So it is pretty interesting.
Like I think maybe, I think there is probably, it's possible, like from how people dress, how people stand, how people speak, how the hands of people look like, for sure. Like if they have calluses, if they have like strong hands, like
but also
hands.
micro movements.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that like the how do you call the?
Oh no! They don't do the lines. I'm just talking about like the fact that I have a scratch from like a cat.
Scratch. I thought you were talking about.
No.
Okay.
I like stupid thing like that. Like I have a scratch from the cats. Like from I have like this. So like you might have like a cat.
Okay,
a cat.
no,
No. They don't read the poem. No.
Because I thought this is like
No. They read all the physical thing that you cannot see, and it's really so interesting. And I think it's very powerful too. Also when you have a conversation with someone, but I forget it. So
I have one closing question that I like to ask, but somehow actually you just answered it. But I don't know, maybe you can answer it in a different way if you want. So my closing question is, if you had like one book or one YouTube video or one lecture that you can look, like one piece of knowledge, like a podcast or something that you would advise people to look at,
definitely Sapiens. I think even if
it's one, you have to decide for one thing.
Oh, one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't give us a list here.
I need. Oh my god.
It's okay.
No, unfortunately, I will still go for the one I just like. Your time is infinite.
Okay.
I think. Maybe
That's
not.
Okay. How was the author again, or you want to say? Sorry.
One. Okay, I can advise. Okay, I need to think about it. Quickly.
Yeah.
No, definitely Your Time is Infinite. But also, I want to advise a French humorist that I love, and he has some things in English. I think there are some subtitles. His name is Haroun with an H, but I don't pronounce it because I'm French.
Haroun.
Yeah, Haroun. And yeah, I highly advise people to see. It's dark humor, but it's not anything about like life advice, you can go read Sapiens or Your Time is Infinite. But yeah, I think it's also very important to laugh and have a good time. And if you don't enjoy dark humor, then don't go and go read Sapiens. but yeah, that's something that I would share.
Nice. Very cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yes, it was so nice.
This has been a Rational Optimization podcast. I hope you learned something.
See you in the next one.